stock BMW 340i fun to drive. We're going to talk about that today, but really quick, karmaspeed.com, that's the brand on the channel we created for you guys. We're giving away a car on this channel. Here's a picture of it. We're not going to show you what it is yet because this week we're doing a promotion, 100x entries. So for every $1 you spend, you get 100 entries. It's never going to be this crazy of a promotion for the rest of the entire series. It's going to be a 60-day series, and we're already a couple days into it. We're already halfway over with our 100x time period, so make sure you go check out the details on the website. In 60 days, we're gonna build the car. You're gonna see it live happen on the channel, and at the end of the 60 days, we'll wait a couple days. We'll hear back from the sweepstakes company. They picked a winner for us. They let us know. We'll call them and let them know that they won the car. Come out to Arizona, maybe you're local, who knows what will happen, and we'll spend some time together. You get to check out the car, and then we'll find a way to get the car back to you back home so you can start driving it and enjoying it. So it's a really exciting time because we're not buying the cars and selling them. Some of these we're gonna buy them, fix them up, modify them, have a lot of fun with them, and then pass them on to one of you guys. So this helps make better content. So if you just enjoy the channel, you don't even care about winning the car, it also helps us grow the channel to get nicer cars, and we can keep making it more and more fun for you guys, and we can share it with you now, not just content only. Now one of you guys is gonna walk away with the car, and hopefully we can do this a couple times a year if this goes well. This is a big risk for me. I'm talking fast because I can't believe we're doing it, but I know you guys will come through. Appreciate you. Let's get back into the BMW video.
Yes, to an extent. You know, coming from a slow car, yes. But if you've driven fast cars your whole life, maybe not.
Let's talk about it. So this series is a little bit different because this time around, if you guys didn't see the first episode, make sure you check out the playlist on the channel. We are building Chris's car, which Chris is one of my good friends, and it's always been a dream of mine to help my friends build their cars, not just me. How can you have fun in modified cars when you don't have friends to drive with? It's only fun for so long, so that's kind of the point of this whole series, is for us to have fun and for me to be able to do something with my friends instead of just Randall and I at the house working on my cars or his or whatever. So we're gonna talk to Chris, kind of what he thinks, and then he's gonna let me drive. We're gonna kind of get comfortable with the car and kind of see, is this car fun to drive? Because when you're looking into buying one, that's one of the first things you think is it gonna be fun now, or do I have to modify it and spend $5,000? Did the Volkswagen GTI last? It's kind of one of those cars you kind of have to throw, you know, $1,000 or $2,000 at least, with a tune and a couple little things to make it fun to drive, because from factory, honestly, it wasn't that fun to drive. Like if you came from like a Honda Civic, a base model, like daily driver, yeah, it might have been fun, but we learned on that car that it really did need some help. And I'm curious if that's the same thing with this, but this being a BMW, this being the M Performance package,
Correct.
I have high hopes that it might be a little bit more fun to drive than something like a base Audi or Volkswagen. Back to what I said about this series being a little bit different, I can ask Chris beforehand. Chris, is there anything I need to know about this car's personality, or does it do things does it like certain things and dislike certain things, or just an all-around predictable car?
Yeah, it's honestly an all-around predictable car. I mean, you know, you get on it, it wants to go, especially if you're in sport. It's one of those cars, it's like it gets mad if you're not beaten on it. You have your Comfort Eco Pro, which you're more softer, more like driving like on a cloud type deal. But no, when you throw it down in sport, this thing's ready to go.
Are the brakes touchy?
Not too touchy. I do have the M Performance brake kit on here. I think they're factory Brembos. Don't ask me how many pistons, but
all right, we're at my favorite local drag strip. You got this thing in sport?
Got this thing in sport. Let's see if it'll let me do launch control.
Do you have traction control off?
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna get passenger's reaction. Let her eat, see what we think, and then hop on the driver's seat. The top end is fast. Holy cow. The bottom is like, okay. Well, you're like, okay, I know what's coming.
Yeah.
And then it hits like what, third or fourth?
Third. It's like third.
And then it
bites.
That's great. It's throwing the code right now, or what?
No.
Oh,
It tells, it's like in the manual, it says 5-minute cooldown per launch control. So I'm just gonna gun her.
Let her eat. This thing gets it for a sedan. That's why I really want a like Hellcat Charger, factory wide body, and just make it the nastiest burnout machine. You could put like 5 of you in there. That would just be a ball. Just do donuts for days. This is one of those cars that handles really good, and it's quick stock already.
Spinning.
It didn't sound like you spun too much, but did it feel like it?
Yeah, it felt like it. It just felt like wobbly in the rear.
We're gonna take a quick intermission from driving and talk about the engine like we promised in the last episode. Chris, explain to them what engine is this and what is it?
So this is the B58 motor from BMW. If you know the meme in the car community, this is the exact same motor that is in the new Toyota Supra.
So it's got a big old fat cover on it. We're gonna pull that off so you guys can see the layout. This is an inline 6, which of course is why they were okay with putting it in the Supra to keep it purist. Inline 6, you can see all our coil packs right here. We have our big old intake manifold here. Throttle body goes to a boost tube. This is connected to the intercooler. This is a charge pipe. This is a charge pipe, not a boost tube. It needs to be called a charge pipe. This is the intake right here. If you're not familiar with engines, down in that crevice, basically right here is the turbo. It's hard to see, but if we get the intake out of here, it makes plenty of room. Then you can swap a turbo. Your battery is up here in the corner, washer fluid. It's a big inline 6, and that's what makes them so awesome. I don't know, why are they so reliable? It's just something that they refined.
Yeah, so when they partnered with Toyota for the Supra, I watched a video where they said Toyota kept sending the motor back. Now, this failed this test, it failed this test, and then went back until the motor was very reliable. I don't know 100% if this is going to be the same exact layout as in the new Supras. They might have refined it since then, considering this is a 17. But as far as same engine platform, yeah, it's the same B58.
I'm excited to learn about this car. Beamer life.
Welcome to the dark side.
Welcome to the dark side, where every car looks the same.
Yeah, you're in reverse right now, but pull it down.
Okay, we're gonna go forward, right?
Oh yeah.
All right, so first impressions. Let's slow down here real quick. Whoa, we have the miles per hour up in the window. I like the material of the steering wheel. I've always liked the overall shape and everything of the BMW steering wheel, so love that. All the buttons feel nice. The gauges are actually, like, when you have physical gauges, usually they're like pretty far back in most cars that I've at least had, and then these are kind of like up in your face, pretty flat, which that's kind of cool. It's standard Beamer things, but remember, I'm the farthest thing from a Beamer, guys. It's my first experience with one. Hands on. Paddles feel a great position. Let me take her slow real quick. Oh, there we go. Eco Pro, baby.
Eco Pro is pretty cool.
What does it do?
Nothing.
It just feels like all one gear. Like, it's just super nice for a daily driver. We got a nice 90-degree corner coming up right here, Chris. Hang on. Float around it. So when I was at rally school, Tim, the owner, was tearing apart E46s, I believe, and he was pulling this suspension geometry from the E46s and putting them on an old AMC, which is like a 2-door old school muscle car. That kind of made me like think twice, like, hey, like I should really appreciate the suspension geometry and the way the car handles. And I'm gonna throw her in the sport mode. Oh, that's cool. There's a setting so it goes to sport plus traction off. That's like a mode. I've never seen that before. So when you go to Eco Pro, they have the sport, and then you don't need to press another button. It's already off. You care if I get on it?
Go for it.
Have you taken it out to Canyon Lake real hard yet?
No, have yet to do that too.
Oh, we're gonna do that too. Whoa, it's walking the rear end a little bit. Oh, these engines are awesome. I rented a Supra a while back. I learned to love the engine, but I haven't driven that and it's probably been a year, so that's a good time. Have you done donuts in it yet?
No, I'm too scared to. I was waiting for my warranty to expire before I did that.
Yeah, okay, we won't do that then. Is a stock 340i fun to drive? I'm leaning towards the yes. I'm not 100% confident I can say yes yet. I haven't had much seat time, obviously, but you guys are here for it. It's definitely one of those cars that it's like, hey, I need you to act really light, agile, and fast. It just gives that to you whenever you want. I love that. The GTI, I'm sure some of the Audis are the same from factory. They don't give you that. They just feel a little bit soft, and you're just like, dude, like, is this a sports car or is it not? Like, I don't know. But this car, it's like really obvious that it's a BMW, and there's a lot of history and a lot of engineering and all those things that make it what it is and have the reputation it does. And for me, never driving a BMW really ever, I'm already starting to appreciate the things about it. But I'm not completely sold. Like I'm not sold on like being a BMW person yet. But I'm curious. As we modify it, I know it's gonna get more fun. Chris and I were talking about it. This car it feels super luxurious. How it rides, how it shifts, and all that. Really like on the high end of that. Like this is like one of the nicer cars I've ever driven. In general, from the steering to the suspension to the sounds it makes when you hit bumps. At the same time, it also has the aggressive side. When normally it's like you have to sacrifice one or the other, this is a very balanced car compared to what I'm used to. I see why people like to hoon these things, and the guys who daily drive it. The chassis reminds me of like how I felt with the Z. I haven't driven it enough to know for sure or slid it around at all, but I feel like it's very predictable when you do slide it out. Like the way the chassis feels when we round corners, it does what you think it's gonna do. And I haven't hooned it or anything, but it has that feel. Like you're like, okay, I feel confident. I know what this car's gonna do when I take it into a corner. The feedback is like really good. I'm trying to think of something negative to say.
Beamer code?
Yeah, Beamer code. Do people say Beamer when it's an I, or do they say Bimmer?
So, big controversy. A lot of people say Beamer, a lot of people say Bimmer. There's also controversy in the way it's spelled. I think it's B-E-E-M-E-R, it's the bike, B-I-M-M-E-R is the car. It's a whole you go into any BMW thread, someone's fighting about that.
Really?
Yeah.
I like Bimmer.
Bimmer.
I think that would piss everyone off a little bit. Are you ready for this thing to be loud?
Oh yeah.
I'm ready for you. Oh my, you could smoke some people off a light in this. Have you roasted a lot of people in this?
I roasted a Model 3 and a couple Z guys.
Okay.
So 370, Z350.
Yeah, the Z guys stand no chance, I feel like. Yes. If you don't want to pay extra for the M Performance package, like if you just get a 340i this generation, they all have the same trans.
Yeah,
B58
same
engine.
trans, same engine. This car is no faster than the
the base model.
the entry level. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you won't get the brakes. You won't get if you have that option, the exhaust. But there's really not much different as long as other than aesthetic.
We got a toaster in front of us. Is that a toaster or a cube? What do you think it looks more like?
A toaster.
A toaster.
Did you know those cars, factory, on the dash, have a piece of carpet?
A piece of carpet?
I saw this on TikTok. It's just a random piece of carpet.
Is that the vibe?
Useless. Probably.
I give her a good ramp. Oh yeah, this thing boogies. We got to drive the car, but there might be more that you don't know about it unless you slowly walked around and checked it out. I have something for you there. But really quick, 100x entries. For every $1 you spend, you get 100 entries on our first car giveaway. It's a mystery still. It's a great time to get into the giveaway, get entered. But what I was saying was, this video right here, you might find a little more details on this car and learn something you didn't know. We do a slow walk around, hear Chris's story, and I check out this thing because I'm not too familiar with BMWs. So if you want to learn with me, go ahead and click on this video and we'll familiarize ourselves.